Hello there, and a lovely day to everybody. It's wonderful. It's Sunday, it's June 28th, and it's always great to have a cameraman with me. It makes things so much easier, so thank you. And today I would like to read you a poem by Marianne, who lived from 1887 to 1972. She was born near St. Louis, Missouri, and was raised in the home of her grandfather, a Presbyterian pastor. And after her grandfather's death in 1894, Moore and her family stayed with other relatives, and in 1896 they moved to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. She attended Bryn Mawr College and received her BA in 1909. And following graduation, Moore studied typing at Carlisle Commercial College, and from 1911 to 1915 she was employed as a school teacher at the Carlisle Indian School. Then in 1918, Moore and her mother moved to New York City, and in 1921 she became an assistant to the New York Public Library. It was there when she began to meet other poets such as William Carlos Williams and Wallace Stevens, and to contribute to The Dial, a prestigious literary magazine. She served as acting editor of The Dial from 1925 to 1929, and along with the work of such other members of the Imagist movement as Ezra Pound, Williams, and H.D., Moore's poems were published in The Egoist, an English magazine beginning 1915, and in 1921, H.D., Hilda Doolittle, published Moore's first book, Poems, in The Egoist Press in 1921, actually without her knowledge. And today I would like to read you a poem or a work by Moore with the wonderful title of Poetry. I too dislike it. There are things that are important beyond all this fiddle. Reading it, however, with a perfect contempt for it, one discovers that there is in it, after all, a place for the genuine. Hands that can grasp, eyes that can dilate, hair that can rise if it must. These things are important not because a high-sounding interpretation can be put upon them, but because they are useful. When they become so derivative as to become unintelligible, the same thing may be said for all of us, that we do not admire what we cannot understand. The bat holding on upside down or in quest of something to eat. Elephants pushing a wild horse taking a roll, a tireless wolf under a tree. The immovable critic twinkling, his skin like a horse that feels a flea. The baseball fan, the statistician, case after case could be cited, did one wish it. Nor is it valid to discriminate against business documents and school books. All these phenomena are important. One must make distinction, however. When dragged into prominence by half-poets, the result is not poetry, nor, till the autocrats among us can be literalists of the imagination, above insolence and triviality, and can present for inspection imaginary gardens with real toads in them, shall we have it. In the meantime, if you demand, on the other hand, in defiance of their opinion, the raw material of poetry in all its rawness, and that which is, on the other hand, genuine, then you are interested in poetry. And I have very often been asked why I love poetry and why I started this challenge, which has become an absolute pleasure and delight in my everyday. And when I came across this poem, I connected with it immediately. And I've always had a great love for words, and I do believe that words absolutely matter. And sometimes people find me petty because I listen to the nuances of words, and I try to select my words very carefully, because I know at the end of the day, words are our sharpest weapon. And there's a lot of poetry that I don't like out there, and even more poetry that I simply don't understand. And then again, I stumble over the amazing words someone wrote, and I'm absolutely in awe of the depth and the beauty that these words hold for me. And I've mentioned it before, and I will not cease to keep saying it, that poetry, art, or music is what they mean to you in the moment you experience them, no matter what anybody may say about it. And the song I chose today is the song with the title Feeling Good by the amazing Nina Simone, who I absolutely adore. And I chose the song because mainly that's what poetry, art, music does for me. It makes me feel good, and of course because I simply love this song. So enjoy your day wherever you are, and you will find the link to the poetry love list, as always, in the notes of this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.